on our paths and making our paths straight. And so I give him all the praise and all the glory.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Big shout out also to definitely our engineer and producer, man. He's definitely always on his game and always so full of wisdom. And so we want to just talk real quick to our guest here, just kind of talk about, trials of life. Sometimes we go through some things in life and we don't know why we go through those things, but a lot of it is just to build us up and to get us ready. You got that Matthew chapter number 4?
I do.
All right, let's go into Matthew chapter number 4 real quick, and let's look at the scripts and go from there, man.
Matthew chapter 4, starting at verse number 1. Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was outward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High God.
Stop right there. So we see sometimes, man, we go through a lot of things in life, man, to make us stronger. Sometimes, man, Yah or God put us in situations, man, to where it's to really just build us up. It's not to tear us down. A lot of times we look at situations and look at it as, oh, man, why this bad situation happening to me? But why not you?
Right.
A lot of times where we're trying to go, sometimes we need development to go through that. A lot of people in the NFL have taken a long road to get there. They weren't recruited by the biggest schools. They weren't looked at. And many of them had to end up going through a lot of mess, injuries, going to a smaller school, then turn around and have to go to another smaller school, then have to go play in NFL Europe. But the thing is that if you don't give up, if you recognize and understand the situation that you're in and interpret it properly, then you can move forward and be successful in that. And so we see in the scriptures, it's like he was driven into the wilderness by the Father.
Right.
To be tempted. That was a part of his process.
It was a part of it.
It's a part of his mission. You know what I'm saying? So you want to add to that?
Absolutely. Every day in this walk, fighting with this flesh, you're going to be sent through trials, what we call trials and tribulations. And so you have to know that it's coming. With you being a believer and with you believing in like he said, every word that proceedeth out of his mouth. And he never said that it was going to be easy.
Right.
But he said that it's possible. Everything
right.
it's not easy, but it's made possible through him. Through
Absolutely.
knowing his word, through knowing his commandments and how we are to react to certain situations. So the trial is coming. I mean, so you just gotta train up, just like you said, dealing with sports. You gotta train your body up. You gotta train your thinking up in this word.
Right.
Because it's what's gonna sustain you. Absolutely.
And when you begin to look at things, and a big shout out to everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. What's going on to everybody? Y'all tuning in. I see y'all in the building on Facebook Live and whatnot. Big shout out to everybody. We're just dealing with Matthew 4 right now until our guests get here. They're on the way. They should be here shortly. And so, man, it was awesome. But I definitely want, especially in the day and age which we live with black people, we are looking at a lot of things and we're discouraged and why we deal with so much. And I think it's important for us to understand, man, that each of us go through a different situation, a trying, shall I say.
Right.
And the thing is that many of those, again, when we look at how we respond to our situation, he was driven into the wilderness to be tempted.
Right.
How his temptation came didn't cause him to adjust or shift to the situation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Okay, I understand. Okay, I'm going through a situation where it's hard for me to find a job. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, we pray to the Father all the time on our job. Father, fix this situation. I'm so tired of these people at the job. I'm sick and tired of them. They get on my nerves. Oh, I don't want to get up this morning to go. And we start saying all these things. And within that conversation, we ask him to fix it. Right? Now, we have to be careful how we say fix it without being specific. Because sometimes we can say fix it, and then when he do, it look like the devil.
Right.
Or so we think it's the devil.
Right, you think so.
Right. But he said, okay, you sick and tired of this job, but you're not going out here and apply for another one.
Right. You staying in the same place. You staying stationary.
In the same place. So he said, okay, I got a blessing for you, but if you continue to stay where you're at. I was watching a video by Willie D. I don't know if you check out Willie D live from the Ghetto Boys. Yeah. So he had this video where he was talking about one of the biggest enemies to black people. It's funny, but it was true. Willie D said one of the biggest enemies to black people is one word. It's called bed. He said the bed is the enemy, is the cousin to procrastination.
Yeah, it is.
Because think about it. Man, you can get in your bed. Sometimes your bed feels so good. You don't want to do nothing.
You don't want to let it go.
And
I've been guilty of this.
You lay there for hours.
Right.
You know, so
right.
I see he's shaking his head like, yeah. Man, the bed is like, bruh, it's the worst. Because you can get in a place where you wake up, you like, I got to do this, I got to do that. You have a to-do list that you have to do.
Right.
But that bed sometimes, man, I don't feel like getting out this bed.
Right.
Man, and it's the cousin to procrastination. Go ahead.
It is. And like this goes back to the garden. Like when the ground got cursed and he had to put in that work. He had to put forth that hand and do the work. It's like, oh, I just want to relax. I just want to stay here where I'm at, and and I know a lot of us is guilty because like I said, I've been guilty of it, and I got to think to myself like, man, I got to get up and I got to do the work.
Right, absolutely. Big shout out to Apostle Darrell Tobin on here, AJ Hendricks. What's going on, Patrick? Mary Daniel, shout out to you, Brother Marvin, shalom. Sister Marthel, what's going on? Shalom. Sister Janice. Brother Cornelius Rawls, what's going on? Amber, Brother Jamar, what's going on? Shalom to everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. And so it's just awesome, man. It's just really, really awesome. Shalom, Minister Casey. Shalom as well, Sister Mary Cunningham, and everybody that's tuning in. What's going on? But definitely, man, it's definitely truly awesome, man, to really check out that Matthew 5, man, Matthew chapter number 4, because it's a lot of meat in there. And think about it, he says, man shall not live by bread alone. So he's like, listen, so many times our carnal self, we want to feed that. Man, let me tell you, man, bread alone, when you fasting.
Right. That's what it's lead, yes.
Bro.
Yeah.
Think about it. He's come off of a fast.
Come off a fast, all right.
40 days. Now, we know our Philip just did a 40-day fast, water only.
Right.
He ain't eat nothing, just water.
Nothing, just water.
40 days.
And I commend the brother for that.
Commend the brother for 40 straight days of water, no meals. Man, imagine somebody coming to you with a platter.
Right.
And he's like, yo, I know you hungry.
Right.
He go, I know you tired of struggling.
Yeah. I know that flesh is fighting you.
I know that flesh is fighting you. Yeah. I know you tired of being broke.
Yeah.
Let me show you this quick scheme.
Right. Right.
And the scheme look good, it sound good, and everything. But he still maintained. He still maintained his spiritual position.
Right. He stuck to the game plan.
Stuck to the game plan.
Right. He didn't veer to the left or to the right. Just like you tell us, don't veer to the left or to the right.
Absolutely. So let's see here. We're going to go into another record. I don't know, Rick, you got a record out there, man? We're going to go into a record, and then after that, we should be getting ready to do the interview with our brothers. But definitely, we're going to get into a song right here, and we'll be back. All right.
All right.
What's good? This song is ridiculous, man. Continue to serve the Lord to get through it. You know your boy had to correct you one day, right? Opposition in my face, trying to play fits. I'm bigger than this dude, that don't make no sense. I call me crying on him. 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 Opposition in my face, yeah. I call me crying on him. Body slam my flesh. Andre the Giant on him. Life throws you curveballs like Nolan Ryan on him. Don't give up in the field. Detroit Lions on him. His foes gave Christ the cross. He wasn't dying on him. He still extends love to those who be lying on him.
Is it in the kitchen?
Yeah, I'm put it back in the kitchen.
Boys wildin' on him. That's why I pack a punch with my lyrics. Yeah, I'm styling on him. Sinning lust, no laughing matter. No joke on him. That's why I run from temptation. Usain Bolt on him. But there I go celebrating before the finish line. I find myself repenting again. For my pride, got that 4x4 community. Pass the sticks on him. I hope I can depend on my dogs. Mike Vick on him. I want to be free from slavery. Kunta Kinte on him. And just please the master. Daniel Son and Sensei. Opposition in my face. Trying to play bits. I'm bigger than this dude. That don't make no sense. I call me crying on him. 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 Opposition in my face. Trying to play bits. I'm bigger than this dude. That don't make no sense. I call me crying on him. 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 I'm unashamed of the gospel. 416 on him. Chosen to be in his presence. VIP list on him. I got something like Kobe. Crazy and amazing on him. Yours is always hurt. Yeah. Tracy McGrady on him. Temptation comes my way.
You got more inbox. You got his you don't have his number.
I think I do.
You got Josh now?
Ball.
Okay, tell him to call your phone if you need to get in. But I have to text him.
They rolling, him and Josh rolling together?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I know that they may not be in the same car together, but they riding together. If you want to go, let's see, it's trying to go outside. It might be looking.
I can go out there and look.
Yeah, they might be looking for the spot. What's going on? Big shout out to everybody, man. We had an awesome service today. It was awesome, powerful. And so we in here now waiting on Josh and Mo to get here to do the interview. And we're going to go from there. Big shout out to everybody. What's going on with y'all, man? Hope that y'all enjoyed the service today. Shabbat shalom to everybody out there. And man, it's been a minute since I've been on the station, on the radio. Especially here, I think I only came here like once. Okay. Yeah, one more. And it's been a minute, so. But we definitely appreciate everything, all the support, everybody out there, man. This is the Hebrew. Denise, this is not a Hebrew radio station. This is a Christian radio station. But we are Hebrews on the air here every first and third Saturday, every first and third Shabbat. You can go on the website. It's Love860am, and you can check us out on the first and third Sabbath here, bringing the truth to the Christian community. So who we are as a people, as well as the commandments and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing. We're just trying to do the Great Commission, man. We're just trying to do the work of the Hamashiach, and what he commanded us to do. So definitely appreciate it. Yeah, that Matthew chapter number 4, study Matthew chapter number 4. That's what we was briefly talking about. Just staying encouraged, man, through your trials, and stay focused on the task at hand and what your assignment is. Don't let anything shift you from that. All right, don't let anything shift you from that. Love860am is the station. You can download their app. You can go to their website, just type in or Google Love860am Atlanta, and go from there. Love860am Atlanta, and you can go on their site. You can download the app, or you can listen to the show directly on their website. And so, big shout out to Deacon Riddick. What's going on, man? AM Love860am. She got that Matthew 4.
Yeah.
We'll dig back in that one. Shalom, Lady Elliot. What's going on, Moray Sala? What's going on, Brother Nathan? Shalom to you. Shalom to the family. Everybody tune in. Faith Music, what's going on? Is it yeah. Oh, that's the, what's the name? Is that the call right now? That's the number?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, right here. Metro Callers.
Okay, cool. All right, I ain't know that. I ain't never paid no attention up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? Boom Radio, Boom Radio. We back in the building right here on Love860am. I hope everybody's having a great, great Shabbat. I hope you got some word in you. I hope you got some word in. I hope you got prepared. Brother, let's go ahead and finish checking out reading this Matthew chapter number 4 that we're digging into. Where you left off at?
Yeah, we had Matthew 4. I think we left off at number 4, and I'm gonna start there.
Okay.
But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God."
Now stop right there. Check this out. Throughout the 4 Gospels, right? Throughout the 4 Gospels, when you in the Brit Hadashah, which is the New Testament, you'll find Hamashiach saying, okay, go ahead and answer that. You'll find Hamashiach saying,
What up, Mom?
I know you have heard. Or you'll hear him say, for it is written. I want y'all to pay attention to that. Why is he saying, I know you have heard? Because he's also speaking to them based on a lot of the oral traditions, not law, traditions that man has implemented or Israel had implemented through the leadership, especially coming out of Babylonian captivity. So he would say, I know you have heard. He didn't say, I know for it is written. But here in Matthew 4, he says, for it is written. Okay? So he's speaking from a place of an official article, or this is what the Most High has said. In other places, he will remind them of things that was added, or such as washing hands and stuff like that. He would do that all the time to get them to understand that you only follow what is written. If you're going to deal with the Torah, you need to deal with what is written and not from a place of, I know you have heard type situation. So even in our lives, man, when we're dealing with things in our lives, we have to always go back to what is written. What did the Lord say? What did the Most High say about how he will provide for us? Or, hey, if you go do it, because a lot of people miss it, they think that God's supposed to just really do everything for them. And that, yes, he'll be there for you, but there's also a side where you have to make steps too. Same thing. You want another job? You want a different situation? Go out there and fill out an application. Not just, oh, I'm just going to sit here and mysteriously, miraculously, somebody going to call you out of the blue, out of nowhere. You ain't applied for no job. You ain't did nothing. And you're going to turn around and you're going to say, hey, what's going on? I want to hire you. Yeah, I just heard about you out of nowhere. No, it doesn't work like that. All right, especially not within the earth. There's things that we have to do in the earth. Take the steps in towards the right direction, showing faith in that, and then he'll also provide for you in that situation because you took the steps. All right. So, man, I hope y'all definitely blessed. Continue to read Matthew chapter number 4. I think our brothers is here. Beat Bros went to go get them. So we're gonna definitely get into this interview with them. But when you continue to read that, sometimes, a lot of times, we look at things, even if it is Hasatan, or sometimes it's even ourselves. We have to look at it from the position of not getting off course. No matter what come our way, no matter what obstacles we face, no matter what life throw at us, don't get off course. Always remember that the promise that was made to you is going to be fulfilled. But he didn't say you wasn't going to go through nothing. And I think oftentimes we get it misunderstood into thinking that this life is supposed to just be perfect and smooth sailing. There ain't going to be no bumpy roads. It's going to be bumpy roads along the way. But just always remember, man, always remember that he's going to be with you even during the time when it seems like it's getting rough, even when it seems like nobody got your back or whatnot. Always remember he's going to have your back even in your situation. So I'll be with you even until the end. I will be with you. Even when you don't think I'm with you. Even when it looks cloudy. Even when it seems like ain't nothing happening. Even when you can't see his hand moving, he's there with you. Imagine if the Hebrew boys had the same mentality. If they looked at it like, well, it don't look like he with us, so we just going to go ahead and bow down. But that's not the situation. He is with us even in it. So we got our brothers here. They just walked in. What's going on, Mo? Josh, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, mate? What's going on, Ak?
Y'all doing all right, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shalom, shalom, Nak.
Close that door right now.
You get through?
Yeah. So definitely we here, man. We was just going over Matthew chapter number 4 and just making sure that we always remember the promise of the things that's going to, he's going to always be with us, and don't allow anything in our life to shift or cause us to be misdirected no matter what's going on in our lives. But I'm just here, man. I'm glad, man, and my brothers have showed up. We had an awesome service today. Awesome Shabbat.
Oh, yeah, powerful,
And
man.
y'all want to say something to the people? Go ahead, man. They listen online, Facebook, as well as they listen on the AM dial. What's up?
Hey, shalom, everybody. Hey, man. Hey, the main thing, we glad to be here. Just want to always tell the people, man, stay focused, man. Mm-hmm. Stay focused on what we call the do, man, the Most High. He is a lot of things that he want to do in each and every one of us lives, but it's time for us to stay focused on purpose and get into what the Most High called us to do and stay in there, man. It's time out for people to, just sitting around, not doing nothing but your hands to work and get busy and let the Most High use you, Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yeah, it's getting real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if y'all saw what's going on this week. Some of the things I posted on Facebook, man. We talked about how, the nations, the nations at odds right now, man. Yeah. And then I don't know if you saw what I posted on Facebook, man. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, the waters in Iran turned to blood.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's getting real. I mean, all the signs is there. I mean, like you said, we ain't got no time.
Yeah.
And ain't no time for us to be sitting around
bickering and
arguing about stuff, man. Yeah. It's not like we really gotta we just gotta hatch it down and just plow forward and move forward whatever the Most High gave us.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I want to talk to y'all, man, about how did how did Rebirth of a Nation come about? How did this get started, man?
It's a short and long story.
Look at y'all looking at each other like, Josh, you gonna deal with this? Mo, you gonna deal with this?
I'm gonna give you the short version. See what happened. I originally started off, man, with some, and it'll give you the reason why the YouTube page is called Hebrew Nation Building versus Rebirth from Nation. Mm-hmm. So I initially, started off with some brothers. We was all ministers and pastors at this church, with a fellowship of churches. And it was one of the main guys, the head guy, his name was Maurice Item. He came with a book in 2012, and the book was, he said everybody was at a camp meeting. He said, man, y'all read the book, don't just read and get the message. So, he didn't tell us what it was about. So we read, I got the book, man, I devoured it, and I seen Deuteronomy 28 and 68, man, I was like, I jumped out my bed. I was like, this can't be right. And my sister was in the hotel. I said, Sean, come look at this, read that. So she looked at it, she read it. She started bagging up. She's like, I can't believe that. I can't believe it. So in it, what happened with the pastors at that time, half of the pastors didn't agree with it, and the other half did. And then we trying to do conferences together. So what ended up happening, what was birthed out of that, the pastors that did believe in it, we had decided to get together. It was me, Tyus Barnes, Maurice Item, and then Louis Durham. And we came up with Hebrew Nation Building. Our initial thing was to wake up the seed of Jacob. So we started working together, and then to make a long story short, that ain't end up working out. Everybody started going their own separate ways. Most High started moving me in a different direction. So as I began to move in that direction, I was sitting at the house one day and somebody hit me up on YouTube. Was like, man, I've been looking at your stuff, man. We need to get together. I ain't far from you. And I was like, well, call me. So it was like, about 12 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
He called me, man. We got to talking. And then what I like to do, if you're a good brother, I said, man, I'm going to introduce you to the people. So I said, come do a revival for me. So he came down and did a conference, man, and then we decided from that date and said, man, we're gonna get together. I said, but we got to come up with a different name, though. We can't use Hebrew Nation Building because that was used. And then Josh was like, well, what about instead of Birth of a Nation? Because the movie Birth of a Nation had just came out. It was like, not Birth of a Nation, Rebirth of a Nation. It was like, okay, Rebirth of a Nation. And then I came up with the vision, Awaken, Restore, and Prepare. And then the rest of it was history, man.
Wow.
Yeah. My standpoint, like I said, when I was a pastor for years. Most High called me when I was, like I say, 17, 18. Then I went and I was doing outreach, like pretty much every weekend and then pretty much every hood, just doing that. And then it was just a long process from doing that to leaving the church that I raised my mom and them, and then being a youth pastor at another church. And I went from the youth pastor of that church to pastor another church. So I was pastoring that church, and the Most High was dealing with me about our situation. So around about 2012, around the time I did teaching, we were talking about the trumpets. Everybody hearing trumpets around. So after that, Most High just kept dealing with me about our plight, what we going through, and all this other stuff. And I was trying to figure out why. So make a long story short, I did a bunch of teachings, and I started digging deep. And I was like, well, I had all these theories, these scriptural theories. Like, it had to be a reason for us to hate us like this. Mm-hmm. It was a supernatural hate. It wasn't a normal hate. Mm-hmm. When you see, especially if you know history, and that was a history, guy for like my whole life. So anyway, man, I did a series of teachings. At the end of the Most High giving me these teachings about, I did teach in the church about, about Messiah being black, and then one about the original man being black. I was heading that way because I was trying to dig and figure out what's the original cause of this hate. Right. Man, and at the same time, the church transition because I had a white co-pastor at the time. So he was moving out. I had a Hispanic pastor. He did because the white pastor was leaving. And that's another one of the things I learned about how in that situation when the white pastor moved on, the Hispanic pastor didn't want to deal with me. He wanted to go around me. So he said, hey, Josh, I gotta he said, man, I gotta go, man. I gotta do it, my
water.
Oh yeah. I gotta do with my what you call it? Thanks, what you call that? Immigration. I go to immigration. Go back to Mexico. I said, man, you go back to Mexico, all the way back to Mexico. I was like, man, that's sad. I said, that's crazy, man. I said, but that's how they do you. And a couple weeks later, I saw him in another church.
Wow.
Yeah, real talk, true story.
He went to Mexico.
Yeah, he just dipped. He didn't want to deal with me because he didn't want to go through me. And even my white co-pastor told him, he said, you know, Josh, before he left, he said, man, who was co-pastor? He said, nah, Josh the senior pastor now. He said, if you need something to go into church, you got to go through Josh.
Right.
He didn't want to do that. So anyways, he moved on, and then co-pastor left. And it always was the time when we in the assembly, the Most High revealing stuff to me. We talking about feast days. We weren't keeping the feast days. We was talking about the significance of them. Right. Like, because the Most High was revealing that to me. He's putting that in me. And so, and I was known for teaching things that people didn't touch, like teaching, you know, against the world system, Illuminati, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I had a guy in my assembly, and he basically wanted to be IUIC. I said wanted to be because he eventually joined IUIC. So he came to me, he's like, man, you know, Josh, man, he said, man, I know you be digging, you be teaching all this different stuff, man. You need to check this out. So send me a video of IUIC. And because he didn't think that he thought I didn't know that there were people who claimed that we were the Israelites. I already knew about that. Right. But I never spent no time trying to study that. Because I would just teach about the Ethiopian Jews and stuff like that. That's basically about as far as I go. And I said, yeah, man, I know they exist. He's like, but he didn't even go from that angle. He didn't go from the angle of, man, we're the people. He went on the angle of white man the devil. Oh, yeah. Right. So when he came with me with that, I just threw it all out. Matter of fact, what he said verbatim was, the white man, the mark of the beast. Yeah, you're not real talk. That's what he told me. I said, nah, bro. I said, you got it twisted up. Nah, man, white man, the mark of the beast. And he sent me some videos with IUIC talking about this stuff. So anyway, I rejected him. We completely rejected that. And dismissed it. A couple weeks later, maybe months later, I'm on Facebook just scrolling. And I seen a meme on there, and it said, slave ships prophesied in the Bible. And they had Deuteronomy 28:68. And I saw that, I said, nah, man, I read this Bible I don't know how many times. You know, teach the script. I'm a teacher. I was a teacher in the church. That's what I did. Like I said, that was my job. Because even though I was a pastor, I really was a teacher. You know, I really looked to myself in the preacher. I said, man, no way I missed that. I'm going to go back and read that again. Man, I went back and read that thing, and it was like the Most High was like, boom! Right. I said, hold up, huh?
Like how we missed that.
Right. So, man, I put everything down, and I just started studying. I said, man, I got to prove this. And I was like, but first I said, man, I'm going to find 2 or 3 quotes about this. That's what I thought. I'm just going to find 2 or 3 of them. Man, I started pulling quote after quote after quote. And then after that, the Most High started showing me things that I knew about, because I used to teach eschatology in the church. That's what I did. Exactly. Man, it was like the wheel turning. Because I've been telling everybody this. But one thing that nobody in Christian circles could answer me was, because I used to teach Revelation chapter by chapter. Yeah. Anybody know that it is in my church, that's what I would do. I was like, what did this mean? He that leads into captivity
must go into captivity.
Right. He that kills and so much kills. I don't really know what that means. I was trying to figure out, like, what exactly does that mean? Right. I would listen to all the white theologians, John MacArthur, all them, R.C. Sproul. What does that mean? Right. I heard John MacArthur say, he said, well, that means that when the beast comes, if you rebel, he's going to bring you into captivity. That's what he said. I said, nah, that ain't it. So when the Most High brought this to me, and I seen that, I said, hold up. We the ones that brought him into captivity. He didn't go into captivity. You mean to go into captivity again? Here's the patience of the saints. Then he took me to Jeremiah, and he said, when Jeremiah prophesied, and he says, whoever that bring you into captivity will go into captivity. He that kills you with the sword will be killed with the sword. Right. And he goes on in depth. So anyway, I said, man, bring it to the church. I told my sister Nicole, I said, this is what I want you to do. I said, I want you to read Deuteronomy, this chapter right here. I didn't tell her what we were about to do. I said, I just want you to read it in front of the congregation, right? And then I said, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna set it up. So she went up there, and I told the whole congregation, I said, think about every slave movie you ever seen. And everybody's like, oh, okay. So she started reading Deuteronomy 68. She went down, 15, all the way down to 68. She got back halfway. She's like, huh? I didn't even say that. I just told her to read it. She's like, are you serious? You read? Everybody in church like, huh? It's because it just dawned on me. Yeah. But I told you, everybody was leaving it during that time period. So like when my sister pastor or co-pastor left, Hispanic ministry left, and then they kind of left me holding the bag. We let the building go. I'm at the house, and I said, look, we're gonna be at the house. I said, we're gonna continue into this study. So we went to continue the study or whatever. Then I said, now I started looking around at my people. There was a handful of them left. There was 3, 4, 5, 6 of them left. You know, we had at one point in time, we had about 50 in the building. And then we went down to about 5, 6 of them left after that whole transition. Wow. I told them, I was like, man, we need somebody to fellowship with. I said, we can't, I told my wife, I said, look, if we don't find somebody to fellowship with, they're going to die in the fire. Because they got to have somebody they can witness with. Yeah. So, man, I'm going through video after video. I'm doing all my research because I cluster. When I research, I cluster research. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Like I just pull something from all over everywhere I can get it. So man, I run across this video with 100% proof. That, you know, the blacks are the descendants of the Israel. I know I ain't quoting exactly the title of that video. My man Mo going through just killing. I said, man, this dude out the chain. Who is this dude? Like, I gotta go find this dude. So man, I found him. I said, man, I found out he was in Augusta. I said, bro, he in Augusta? I went and told everybody, I said, yeah, we're going to visit him. I said, we're going to find out. I said, we're going to start, I'm going to talk to him, see if we can start fellowshipping with him. So I told them that, and then we finally got Mo on the phone, and we went down there, and the rest is history. So like, and that's what I tell everybody. I say, man, when people don't know, then people push and they jock for position and realize that wasn't me and Mo thing. Me and Mo originally were just fellowshipping together. That's it. And so, and then the Most High's what did that and then made it to what it is.
So go ahead, man. Give y'all your links out, the information, man, because our show ends at 4 o'clock. So give us y'all links and information. That time, I tell you, like, I would try to tear up the road to get you. But go ahead and get your information out, man, and whatnot. And so we'll have y'all come back and we can do the whole hour.
Yeah, man. You can find us on Rebirth of www.rebirthofanation.info online. You can find us on YouTube at Hebrew Nation Building YouTube. That's our YouTube channel. And Facebook, you can just look up either one of our names, Joshua Cullins or Morris Ed Williams Jr. And you'll find us. We ain't graduated to Instagram yet. So. We're not worked that yet, but that's what we're working with.
What would you, because we have, this audience is a Christian audience.
Okay.
It's a Christian radio station. What would you say to them, each one of you, in 30 seconds?
The main thing is never reject what you haven't investigated. Take your time and investigate outside of what somebody might have told you. Look into the information yourself and allow the Spirit to lead and guide you into all truth. And just leave it open like that, and then let the Most High, show you if this is the area that you need to be dealing with, if this is the area that you need to be going in with that. Because a lot of things, we came to understand everything that we learn in Christianity wasn't wrong. So all we saying is don't reject something that you haven't investigated.
And it's the same with me. I mean, that's all it is. Listen to the Spirit. When you're searching this out, don't take nobody's word for it. Because doctrines can influence how you think. Just go in the Ruach and pray, or the Spirit and pray. Let the Most High lead you, and then He'll reveal whether it be true or be false.
Okay. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I think that's our time right there. That's our time, Rick. Okay, that's our time. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back again on the third Shabbat, on the third Saturday. Be sure to hit these brothers up, man. They gave out their information. And so we thank y'all. Don't forget, man, hit us up on YouTube, youtube.com/itsmajors, and the number 1 as well for B.O.O.M Church. All right. Shalom to you all, family.
Shalom.
That's why I'm telling you, like, yo, we gotta go, man. We gotta go. I seen it, bro. They street on the time, bro. They like, they start.
That's all right. Yeah, bro. This ain't no internet thing, man. It's big time, bro.
Shalom, family. Shalom.